her nipples pierced, but she was 16, so she couldn't do it legally, so we had to go to some sketchy place. So I passed the exit in Flushing, and I was like, you know, let's just drive to the city. Why not? It's a Friday night. And so, never having driven to Manhattan before, I drive to Manhattan, and I'm parallel parking in this tiny ass spot that she told me I could fit in. And I did it perfectly, just got around. I thought my car was in reverse, it was in drive, and I was like looking behind me, ready to like perfect this park, and I drive right into the car in front of me. No one notices though, so I just back up and leave it there. So Maddy and I walked to this place. I don't even remember what village it's in, but she was like, I'm gonna go in. You wanna wait outside? I was like, I don't really wanna wait outside, I'll just like look inside. We walk in, there's like all types of pipes and like bongs and everything, and she knows the guy there somehow. She's 16. She knows the guy there. And she walks in and she tells me to wait outside. So I wait outside, she comes out, she's like, not that bad, but it was the worst pain of my life. And I'm like, okay, like, whatever. So then, spring break 2K15, I had met this kid and his sister, and his name was Sina. And we were like partying in Cancun, like this was legal drinking. We were all drinking, like partying in the VIP like lounge or whatever. And so I like hit him up. I was like, yo, I'm in the city, because he lived in the city and went to NYU or something. So it was like, yo, I'm in the city, wanna hang out? And he was like, yeah, of course. So I pick him up, and his friend, who starts smoking a cigarette in my car without asking, and I'm like, okay, sir, like, you need to hold that out the window. And I was like, well, he was like, do you wanna go smoke? And I was like, duh. So he was like, we could either go to this park or my apartment. And so I was like, okay, whatever's closer, whatever you wanna do. And he goes, okay, so let's go to the park. As soon as we get there, he lights up his substances, and everyone clears. It's like a 15 by 15 foot of concrete, like a couple inches. And we're sitting there, and Maddy starts telling me her nipples are burning. And all of a sudden she goes, cops! And I'm like, oh no. So we're sitting in this park, and they were joking around. They're like, ah ha ha ha, everybody left. Yes, they called the cops. So literally they're sitting there, they threw it out, and the cops came up and were like, all right, go pick that up. Lighters on our side. And we're like, oh no. And Maddy just whispers to me, my nipples are on fire. And when the cop turned away to like get his handcuffs or something, we like pushed the lighter on the other side. And I really think this was racially like involved, because these two kids were Persian versus an Asian and a white kid. So these police came over and they asked where we were all from. We said Long Island, they said the city. And then they start questioning the kids and ask their names, where they're from, all of this information. And they didn't even ask us our names. As soon as we said Long Island, they didn't even ask us our names. They take these two kids, handcuff them, and bring them into a back of the police car. And I was like, what? We're getting arrested, we're gonna die, right? Maddy's like, my nipples are on fire, I can't process this, I'm 16, they're gonna tell my parents. And the police come up to us and say, all right, have a nice day. And we're like, have never had such bad anxiety in our life, and we are high as fuck walking around New York City. I forgot where I parked. So we go into a pizzeria, and we order 2 slices of pizza somehow, and in the middle of eating these slices, we simultaneously cry because of the instances that happen. And they were like, oh, you can come pick up your friends in like an hour and a half. And I was like, oh, well, okay. But really, I just took these kids on spring break once, and they said that they knew what to do in the city. So we're sitting in a pizzeria crying, no idea where my car is. It's somewhere on the east side, like, we don't know. Maddy goes, Jack, I'm crying, I don't know why. A lot of events have happened today. My nipples are on fire. This pizza's too hot. We need to go home. And so we spent an hour and a half trying to locate my car, which we finally find. And there's a ticket on it for $365 because it was not 15 feet away from a fire hydrant, but it was like 13 feet. Like they could have not charged me. So we end up just driving home to Long Island and both sitting in my house and crying for a half an hour because we could have got arrested, and we didn't. So That is my strange food story.